If you want to see the gameplay yourself, this gameplay comes courtesy to XX Hikin's YouTube channel. Link should be in the description box below. And let's get on to the final character gameplay. So we got Ichigo. He has strong attack recharge minus 14%. I've already gone through over all the skills for the characters individually. He has an Arankar and no affiliation killer. And let's see what his skills are for the people who haven't seen him already. Read all affiliation dodges. Right there, that's really, really good. He is a heart unit, so that's a heart all affiliation dodge character. That means any enemies that dodge, doesn't matter what their affiliation is, if they're, if you're taking them into the raid, or I should say, like, difficulty quest or, co-op, he's going to be able to read their dodges and hit them. Long stride, which is going to make avoiding damages, like, for example, you know how sometimes when you're moving and enemies pop up and you're like, oh crap, I forgot they spawned there, or you just didn't even know in general. Long stride will help you get away from there a lot easier. Now, the big one, which is going to be going in conjunction with another skill lower down on the thing that ain't being shown yet, is Team Party Stamina Recovery. That means every time you transition from one screen to the next in a map, for example, you have map 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, and then like a boss room typically. Well, anytime you go from, let's say, screen 1 to screen 2, you're going to heal your party / team by 20%. Screen 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 and into the boss room. Every time you transition in there, it's going to be 20% stamina recovery for the entire party / team. Now we have Devastation, 60%. We already covered that. And then here's the big one that's in conjunction with the heal. Shared complete status immunity. So not only do you provide your team with heals, you are also going to be immune to status ailments. And if you run over, let's say, the puddle or get what hit and would normally be inflicted with a status ailment, you're providing that status ailment immunity to the entire team / party. That is a really, really good trait to have. It makes things easier. That means when you're running through a co-op and you're like, oh, I hate having to deal with all these status ailment puddles. Well, guess what? You just run right over it and ignore it. And anyone on your team that does not have immunity to that status ailment, well, they can be a little bit less cautious about those puddles, as long as you or whoever has shared complete status immunity is continuously getting inflicted by the puddles of status ailments. We have Havoc, 20%, and you have Frenzy, +2. That's really good, by the way. And then we have increased damage to enemies not inflicted by an ailment. I was waiting for there to be status ailment there, but yeah. So if your character doesn't inflict weaken and the enemies aren't inflicted with weaken or burning or anything like that, you're going to be doing 100% more damage to them. That's really, really good. You have Sprinter +2. Did this one have Long Stride? I'll have to check again, because Sprinter +2 and Long Stride, that's going to be really good if this character is the one. I think it is. Because I already did the Yu-Gi-Oh video. So, then we have Marauder and hit enemies. Now, here's the big controversy around this character. When K-Lab initially showed the gameplay, they did a bad job. Excuse me. Pierce Iron Skin is what we needed. We didn't have... I think this is the first time we've seen Pierce Iron Skin in a character. And we couldn't judge these characters properly because of that. So if you see some of our earlier videos, people they were skeptical on these characters. Myself, I was like, they gotta be not showing something. There's no way these characters are this bad. This whole banner, no status ailment characters, what the heck is going on? I had that level of skepticism, but I left it open to the possibility that K-Lab was not showing everything, and it was just a poor showcase of the characters overall. And I turned out to be right in that, that possibility of that happening. For those who do not know, Iron Skin is a ability that the enemies get, or a skill that the enemies get, where they're going to take reduced damage by a significant amount until you inflict them with a status ailment. Meaning, if your characters do not have status ailments, or like where they can inflict enemies with status ailments, it's going to be very, very, very hard to beat these enemies. Actually, I'm not sure exactly. Does it only inflict 1 damage? I can't remember. I haven't tried fighting these enemies without a status afflicting character in such a long time that I don't honestly know how little the damage is. It might be even possible for all I know, because a lot of the times iron skin enemies are also run on a floor where you have like a 3 or 5 minute time limit. So all that working in conjunction makes it iron skin a pretty annoying thing to deal with, especially, well, not really. It's easy if you have status ailments. It's a pain in the butt if you have no status ailments. And with this pierce iron skin, that means you are going to be ignoring the fact that, hey, I don't inflict status ailments, but I can still kick your butt. So overall, this is really, really good. And I really want to check real quick to see if he does have long stride. He does. So he's going to be zooming. He's a zoomer. Long stride plus sprinter plus 2. Yeah, he's just going to be going all over the place quickly and traveling a lot of distance, you know. Because the long stride means every time you swipe, it goes further distance. And the sprinter plus 2 is just, yeah, everything. Yeah, he's going to be going by really quickly. So overall, skill-wise, really solid character. And I really like this, because we got the basic Ichigo. Like, yeah, obviously people are like, why don't we have the Horn of Salvation version? It's because they're saving it for when it appears in the anime. So normal attack string, he's in melee. I personally don't like melee units. I like the ranged NAD units. Okay, I want to see his first strong attack again. Okay, that looks cool. Now, I see some people talk about this being the first strong attack that like 7th anniversary Ichigo had, where if an enemy's over here, like not getting hit by the beam, they're not gonna, you know, it's like a really piss poor second strong attack. Apparently that's not the case. When I initially watched it, I was like, no, this actually seems like it's pretty good. It doesn't seem like it's as bad as the 7th anniversary Ichigo, but I couldn't point out why that was. Spite initially thought that it was, you know, the crappy first strong attack that 7th anniversary Ichigo had, but then he went back later and watched it, and he found out. Let's see if I can pause it on the actual attack. There we go. Look at where the ground damage is. Like, look, see how that, yes, that's going like that, and that's where the beams are, but look where the earth is getting shook up. That's going to hit any enemy around it. So we're thinking it's going to be basically enemies in the surrounding area. You're going to get hit. Doesn't matter where they are. And then we got a typical third strong attack. And that's a beam. So overall, really good. Now here, if you were to step in those puddles, remember how I was telling you about puddles, and you know how, if you watch the Yuryu video, Yuryu Hikin, or whoever was doing the gameplay for this, which I believe is Hikin. I'm not sure how it says right there, Hikin. He walks over that, and with Yuryu, he got paralyzed for a little bit. Ichigo, if he were to walk over that, he ain't gonna get paralyzed. In fact, he will share. Let's see. Maybe because there's, yeah, there you go. Shared complete status immunity. See that right there? That triggered. Shared complete status immunity. That means if he had 2 people in his party, or if it was in a co-op and there's other people running around, they would get the immunity to the paralyze status ailment. Now, let's see how the special looks. Should be coming up pretty soon. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this character's kit. Okay. not bad. Basic, makes sense. And let's go back over here. So overall, my opinion on this character is he's a must summon. Chad is iffy. He's not really like a character that you should be going all gung-ho for. But this is the 4th shared complete status immunity character. And he's also the 1st heart shared complete status immunity character. We're only missing speed, which I'm assuming we're probably going to get at the end of October. I'm assuming if it's going based on, you know, the trends. We basically been getting a shared complete status immunity character every month since 7th anniversary, except for the beginning. You had one for the July 23rd for the anniversary, and then at the end of the month you had 1000-Year Blood War Yamamoto for the end of July. Then end of August you had Roka and Cien. Now you have at the end of September this 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo. So end of October we're probably going to be getting a speed shared complete status immunity character to finish off the one of every attribute. So yeah. Anywho, that's it. Let me know. Are you going to go summon for him? I know I am. My goal for this banner is to go to the 6th step. And depending on what I pull from steps 1 through 6, it will determine how far I go beyond step 6. For example, if I were to pull both Ichigo and Yuryu between step 1 and 6 and or on the singles, so let's say if I go step 1 through 6 and I do all the single steps all the way to the step 7, I think it will be, and I pull Ichigo and Yuryu during those, you know, as I'm just going through the steps, then I will go a couple more steps beyond on the multis, because there are some characters that I don't have. If I pull a lot of new 5 stars going from steps 1 through 6, and you know, on the singles, like, you know, because I'm missing, I think I only have 4 out of the characters they have. I have the 1000-Year Blood War Nemu, Mayuri, Zombie Toshiro I think was in there as well. I think that's the other one. And I had there's one other character in there that I can't remember who it was. Oh, 1000-Year Blood War Aizen, the Mind version, the one that a lot of people didn't like. I already had him. I pulled him from somewhere. I can't remember where. Probably a filler. Well, I'm missing pretty much every other character in there. So I'm missing like 5 plus what? Is it 9? 8? 8 characters I think I'm missing. So if I pull a bunch of new 5-star characters, especially the ones I like, I'm more incentivized to go further. If I stop pulling 5 stars after step 6, you know, so let's say if I go step 7, don't pull a 5-star, I'm probably going to stop there unless I get Ichigo and Yuryu. Like if I get Ichigo and Yuryu, I'm willing to go at least 2 more multis afterwards. But yeah. Anywho, thanks for watching. Let me know how deep you guys are going to go in the banner. I know a lot of people are still saying it's mid. You know, the banner sucks. I think they're over-exaggerating. Or they're veteran to the point where they don't need overpowered characters anymore. You know, they got so many 5 out of 5 characters that they don't need to summon on characters that aren't their favorite character. Maybe they're saving for like Beyond Bankai Gin, for example. Then I can understand their statement, but these characters are by no means bad. They're actually very good. Anywho, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you guys next time. Peace.